To another edition of Backfire with myself, Steve Doball Hickson, and Franklin Chancey and John Stanberry here in the studio. First of all, I want to talk about something local. Let's hear it.
You have reached a non-working number for the Bradley County Courthouse. Please check your number again, and please dial the correct number.
I can't believe that they wouldn't put the correct number in that recording.
That's John's greatest. I don't know if it's his biggest nightmare or his dream come true. I don't know which it is.
Well, I'm a little confused. If you reached the number, why is it a non-working number?
I don't have a clue.
I mean, obviously it has a mechanism to answer the number and to give you a message.
I'd say this probably listed as Bradley County Courthouse somewhere.
Well, why not just connect it to something, or like you said, at least give them the right number?
I don't know, but I think we're going to put that on the regular play here at Whoop Radio just to get a laugh or two out of people. But I don't know who recorded that for the Bradley County.
The efficiency of government bureaucracy.
I told you that was John's greatest dream come true.
Somebody probably
it's just proof. It's just proof positive.
Somebody probably told him to go down there and get a recording on that phone number. Oh Lord, it's a good day here at Whoop Studio. I can tell you that. I don't know where to start. I guess we could start. There's a new deal going out now. I understand they're saying that if for a good time, dial 911 in Cleveland. They're starting to put bumper stickers out. What do you think?
Well, that's not helpful to our community. It's funny, and I understand it, but it's probably not helpful to the community.
Yeah, that was in the Chattanooga Times.
That was actually the editorial cartoon in the Times
I know.
yesterday.
My favorite cartoonist.
Now, 911.
Right.
Well, without talking about the specifics of the most recent incident, we have ourselves to blame for that one. We're drawing all this attention here, so we have the ability to make changes and to resolve those kinds of problems. And I hope that the chief selection process that's going on right now will be a big step toward doing that.
Well, actually, Larry Wallace spoke at the Rotary Club yesterday and did a really good job of kind of explaining how this process is going to work. And I actually asked a question sort of about the pattern, and he made a really good point. First off, the vast majority of the men and women that work at the Cleveland Police Department do an excellent job. They're dedicated servants. They risk their lives every day. And unfortunately, there's some bad judgment on a small minority's part that is reflecting extremely poorly. And he also made the point that a lot of these incidents, for example, when you read a chronological list, some of those go back years and years. And it's very difficult once you get that kind of name hung around the neck of the department to break loose of that name. And so it's going to be a long haul, but I know that they're going to work at it, and hopefully we'll improve some of the image.
I'm sitting here reading a little article about this. It said it was noted that there's been an evaluation of Cleveland police pay for 15 years. There's been an evaluation of the Cleveland police pay for 15 years. Officials are set to hire a firm to reassess the pay situation for officers and administrators.
My only problem with stuff like that is I hate to be ugly about stuff like this, but we've argued about different pay levels over the years politically, and I went online and did a Google search and was able to come up with average pay in 15 or 20 minutes in different areas. It bothers me we pay tens of thousands of dollars to someone to do a Google search probably for us.
Well, I understand that, and it says Mr. Wallace said steps are being taken to make sure the Cleveland police policies are in line with those of the Commission on Accredited for Law Enforcement Agencies. Is that a union?
No, it's like the post. You have to be certified by post.
That's a commission set up by the state government to make sure that police officers meet at least minimum qualifications.
They have training and qualifications.
Would they not have information there about pay?
No, that's not part of what they do.
Okay.
But
It's really
most
a matter of
governments compile statistics.
It's really a matter of reaching out to local governments and sharing information, which I would assume is public information
Yes,
anyway.
It is. You know, it would seem to me that we have maybe the guy who did the message on that phone answering machine could call Chattanooga and ask what the starting pay and the different pay grades were to surrounding communities. He's probably got extra time on his hands.
Now, I'm sitting here reading this article, and it's telling me that the staff of Cleveland Police Department stayed around 91 for over a decade, despite the rise in the city's population. That's 100. How many is the county sheriff department got?
You know, it fluctuates, and they've got people in the jail, and they've got people on the street.
Well, when you're talking about personnel needs, you know, are you talking about patrol officers? Are you talking about detectives working on property crimes? Are you talking about administrative support staff?
Most of the time when you get into this on a political level, they'll discuss how many patrol people are on the street at a given time.
Yeah.
And the county, I can tell you, historically has been significantly lower with more square miles to cover, significantly more. And, you know, so they've had a harder time. You know, we've had cases where you had 4 county deputies on patrol. That means 1 county deputy for each quarter of the entire county. Mm-hmm. Now, we're not at that now. I think Eric has bumped a lot of that up.
It says there's a need. A need was also cited for a second SRO at Cleveland High School. Why would you need a second SRO?
Well, potentially growth in the school population, part of it. Depends on the types of issues that you're encountering.
Teachers can't do anything anymore.
Well, one, everybody's liability-wise afraid to do anything.
Well, I mean, this SRO at Cleveland High School, next there'll be one at Bradley, and next there'll be another one at Walker.
There is.
They're already.
Well, you have SROs,
different departments.
Is there a school in town or county that doesn't have an SRO at this point?
Not that I'm aware of.
I'm saying more. You know, more.
Well, you know, arguably, where do you most likely need the SRO? You most likely need it in high schools. That's what I would say.
I got my butt smacked if I was a bad boy.
None of us find that surprising.
They don't do that anymore. They don't do that anymore. And that's part of the problem.
They have them stand in the
Did
corner.
you get it smacked in high school?
I got it in junior high.
I got it in junior. I got a lot.
That's the last time I can remember it happened. It was junior high school.
Yeah, junior high school.
I could have just blocked out what happened after that, but I don't think so.
Well, I guess my next question
wait,
is...
let me follow up on a philosophical point there. If you were spanking them in first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade, sixth grade, you probably wouldn't have to discipline them as much in high school. That's the problem. You let a 7-year-old be out of control, you can grab him by the arm and keep him from hurting his classmate. When he's 15 and weighs 180 pounds, you can't grab him by the arm anymore. That's our problem. We're not disciplining these children and having authority in the schools when they're young so that we don't have the problem when they're older.
No comment. I agree, but I better not agree.
I don't know the answer to that question.
My next question would be, you know, they're wanting to put, they are putting these fitted body cameras and on all the police cars and on all the policemen and so forth. And this will make a big difference in prosecuting the cases, it says.
One way or another.
One way or the other, yeah.
Well,
I think that's great.
Well, I mean, I understand, and I think it's great too, but should we maybe raise the court cost or do something to help pay for it?
I don't know how you could raise them any further.
Well, they don't pay them anyway. I mean, I understand. I don't disagree with you. You know, this is a funny issue because I remember, was it Barry Scheck? Wasn't he one of the DNA specialist lawyers on O.J.'s trial, Franklin? He was a big proponent of DNA evidence because he was a big, we've convicted all of these killers with bad evidence, so we're going to use DNA to exonerate all these people. And he went on a kick for several years, and he did exonerate some people that probably, it appeared, in the particular case that they were convicted of, may not have had the best evidence. But the funny thing about it was, going forward, you now had people being convicted with that DNA evidence. So it became
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, my point is, he was all for it. His big push was, we're going to turn these people loose. But by the same token, on the other side of that coin is the subsequent people convicted were much more precise.
Big push was making sure that the correct person was in jail, not the wrong one. And yeah, over 1,000 people have been exonerated through what's called the Innocence Project.
Well, my point is, he, I think, was probably sincere on this, but you had a lot of the anti-death penalty people that seized on this DNA and said, "Oh, this is a great windfall for us." Well, it wasn't a great windfall, because after the point where you were using it routinely in trials, you didn't have that to go back on anymore.
Mr. Wallace said that a committee is meeting Thursday and will be trimming a list of the police chief candidates from 10 to 3.
Correct.
Now then, the city manager came back, Janice Castillo, who will make the selection, said there will be interviews of the finalists that the public can watch remotely, but not be in the room. Now, why would anybody need to watch anything?
Well, everything in the government has to be open to the public, I guess.
The interview for jobs?
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine that having to be something, but
how does that, I just speculating here, you have cases a lot of times where someone will send a resume in and say, look, I don't want my current employer to know that I'm applying for this job. In case I don't get it, then I'm in trouble there.
Right.
How does this mesh with that?
I don't know.
Well, first of all, you don't have a right to that.
No, yeah, I know.
So I guess they made it clear on the front end that you weren't going to get that kind of treatment. And several of the applicants were within 20 or 30 miles of here, several out of the Chattanooga area down there.
But if you promised them that, you certainly should uphold that. And that's not always been the case in the past.
Yeah. That's I think it's I think traditionally you made it clear once you reached a certain cut level on it that it was going to be public at that point. You just send your application in on the front end, maybe not, but once you get to that final 10, final 3, whatever.
If you were being interviewed for a job, would you want everybody to listen to the interview?
Doesn't matter what I want.
Well, I mean,
it wouldn't bother me.
Okay.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
Steve, you're asking two people that come on the radio every day.
Don't get me wrong. The city manager could have taken applications and she could have conducted her own interviews, and I think she can do that privately. She's created a committee to do this who's functioning for the public. I think that has to be an open process.
All right. Here's something that's going to affect you, John.
What's that?
A project to improve the safety of the intersection at 8th Street in Ocoee is going forward with the federal government contributing $221,000 and the state and city $11,400 each. What are they going to do? That's where the monument is.
I turn around at that every day that I pull out of my driveway. Just sitting here, I can't imagine where you could spend $230,000 on that road. And if you've got that kind of money to spend on that road, we have way too much money in government, which we do. Now, I hope at one point they were talking about a roundabout, which if you've ever driven in one of those, it's a odd occurrence, but you're talking about condemning a significant amount of yards and property around that.
Yeah, I haven't heard what the plan is.
Well,
in fairness, there have been a lot of accidents, people crossing that street there, going from one end of 8th Street.
How many
to the
accidents were there before the city, in all its infinite wisdom, took the traffic light down that used to be there?
I don't even remember the traffic light. I'm not doubting you, but I don't even remember
They took it down.
When was that?
That's been a long time ago.
A lot more traffic now, too. Though,
yeah,
right?
but that was part of the, actually, and I'm going to harp on this because I've talked about it before. In their infinite wisdom, they took a bunch of traffic lights down on Ocoee Street. They put traffic lights up on Keith Street. Well, Keith Street is a 4-lane, which supposedly should be the higher volume traffic mover. When you put traffic lights up, people tend to try to avoid that road. When you take traffic lights down, they tend to move on it. So Ocoee saw traffic go up, Keith either stayed steady or maybe went down. I don't know. But the point is people avoided it because you had more traffic lights over there. Then those same city planners came out and went, oh, my gosh, we've got so much traffic on Ocoee, we need to widen it. Well, why did you take the traffic lights down? And when people asked to have a traffic light put back up, the expense of putting a traffic light up was thrown up as a reason they couldn't have a traffic light there. Really? If you hadn't taken the one down that was already there, we wouldn't be talking about how much it cost to put one back up.
Well, they said that they're definitely not going to put another red light back up there. So I don't know, what did they find wrong with the red light?
If you're not putting a red light up, what in the world could you do for $230,000?
It says the lanes are to be narrowed.
Narrowed?
Narrowed. In other words, you're going to have a bigger driveway, John.
Yeah, I haven't seen the plan. I don't know, but
well, I'm just reading.
I am
There
curious
have been a number of wrecks
as to what the plan is.
Where the two streets come together at a Confederate monument. Lanes are to be narrowed, requiring some additional queuing. It was stated.
Queuing.
A queue is a line. Now, let me see if I got this straight. We got too many wrecks because people pile up there and someone pulls out in front. So what are we going to do? We're going to narrow the lanes and make more lines piling up?
I'd say they're going to make it one lane further back towards the Lee. Like I said, your driveway's about to get larger.
Well, look, the problem right there is people, like in my case, I have to back out and then go towards town and turn around there at 8th Street.
And they're not going to let that happen anymore. No U-turns at 8th Street anymore.
Okay. Okay. Great. I'm sure that's going to make it wonderful. You know, in a way, though, I'm sure there's a great plan here. This is the way bureaucracies work. We're going to spend $230,000, make the problem worse, and then we'll need a tax increase so we can spend $500,000 to fix the problem that the $230,000 created.
I think there ought to be a committee, John. You could be on it.
No, they don't like people like me on a committee because I actually have an opinion and I will actually express the opinion. Look, you know, that actually happens around here. We put people on committees that get along with everybody, don't want to offend anybody. You know what? If you've got a good idea, you shouldn't be afraid of having it challenged. But we don't like challenge around here. In this country, we don't like challenge.
Mm-hmm. If 8th Street was closed as a crossover street there, would that be a problem?
That's one of the discussions they've made, but all you're going to do is create a problem, either a block down or a block up.
On Worth Street, you'd have a problem at that point.
You're just going to create a problem somewhere else.
I don't see how that solves anything.
But that actually has been a suggestion that they've made.
What would you do, John?
Well, one, I'd have left the light up to go back, to HARP. Part of the problem is I have set, for example, 20th Street. Richard Banks came up. They were talking about all this money they were going to spend. Richard Banks said, hey, why don't you just put a no left turn sign up on 20th, okay?
Which they did.
And that's a lot cheaper, and it'll fix the problem. Well, it partly fixes the problem, but people still violate it. But here's one problem. I've sat on Ocoee Street while someone sat there blocking the lane, trying to make a left turn where there's clearly a sign that says no left turn. And at one point there was a police car sitting on 20th while this guy blocked the lane. The guy made the illegal turn. The police officer didn't do a thing to him. One thing you could do is put a police officer down there, write some tickets for people who are violating the stop signs that are there, and you might make an impression on people, and they might start actually obeying the signs.
See, I think that's the intersection that could use a little work.
Well, it used to be a stop sign coming from 8th and a yield sign if you were in the middle at the monument. Now, I will tell you, the people at the stop sign would pull out in front of you all day long. If you had an officer there that ticketed some of those people, that probably would have helped. But now they've put a stop sign both ways. Personally, I don't have a real problem with it. If I'm there first, I think I go first. If he's there first, I let him go. Mm-hmm. Some of this is just common courtesy and rules of the road.
Going back to Key Street, what do you think about synchronizing the lights there? Well,
God forbid we do something like that.
If you did the speed limit, you could go all the way down through there without having to stop at every other light.
Well, apparently we don't have the technology to accomplish that. We put we're sending spaceships to Mars, but we can't synchronize the lights on Keith Street.
Well, I don't know why we can't, but we
can spend. I don't know how much money building an ugly rock garden down 25th Street,
fixed to say
but we
same
can't
thing.
plant a couple of trees in the median on Key Street, which would actually be almost zero maintenance and make that look so much prettier.
What do you think about the landscaping down 25th Street?
I've always wanted to live in Arizona.
I'm looking at Franklin. What do you think, Franklin?
I've always wanted John to live in Arizona too.
It does look like a desert.
my
sorry,
feelings,
sorry,
Franklin.
that was too easy, John.
My feelings.
It does look like it's something from the desert, though, doesn't
It does. And it's weeds all, you know, I don't know. It's a ton of look, I hate, they worked hard at it. Their intentions were good, I'm sure. But I will say, again, this is where you get with government money. When you're spending someone else's money, sometimes your intentions don't have to be moderated by good judgment because, hell, it's someone else's money.
Here's what I think that they were probably trying to come up with that landscaping plan is
Low maintenance.
low maintenance.
Well, does
so-
it look like that's going to work?
I mean,
You still got to spray it. You got to spray it for weeds.
well, then you're going to kill your little trees.
Well, my problem was that the green area on 25th Street, I have multiple times talked about planting trees and been told they can't do that. And I just look at that and go, a tree by itself, you know, yeah, you might have to weed eat a little bit around it. But other than that, it's not going to significantly increase the maintenance that you're already having to do, mowing the rest of the grass. It would cool that area down. It would make it so much prettier, especially if you planted a smaller ornamental like a cherry tree that would bloom in the spring or something like that. What kills me is I don't mind people saying, no, we can't do that. Fine. But you can do that rock monstrosity up and down 25th Street?
Who do you think that idea came from?
Well, part of the problem here is it's overlapping money. Hey, we got a bunch of federal money. It's free money. That's another thing you'll always hear. It's free. I'm sorry. It's not free money. Taxpayers always foot the bill for this. So somebody got a grant or somebody got some free, quote, free money, and they said, hey, let's do this.
You think the tree board did it?
I don't know. I don't know who did it. I don't know if the tree board did it or not.
Somebody had to make a decision to put those rocks down 25th Street.
And that's not cheap. That you know, that is, you go out and try to buy a scoop of big river rock
Do
like
they?
that.
I'm throwing this out. I don't know the answer, but do they have to get approval from the state to do things
I don't
on
know if that's a
25th Street?
federal
'Cause
grant.
It's
Well,
a state highway.
That's part of that's supposedly one of the arguments on, I think, Key Street, that's a federal highway or state highway, and there's all these overlapping authorities.
I know that's been the argument for how difficult it is to narrow Inman Street coming through 5 Points there.
All right, I'm going to change the subject. I guess that's all we can talk about on a local basis.
Well, now there's one thing I did want to say. There's some new talk about the HCI committee, and there's still some information being put out that is not particularly correct. There was an article yesterday, and I think the article was well done, other than I think there are people with other interests that are putting some points out that aren't exactly right. First off, there's talk about how much the United Way had and how much the HCI committee had. They don't discuss how much the United Way started with. They started with significantly more than the HCI. So when you look at those numbers, it gives the wrong impression that the United Way money has grown, you know, hugely over the HCI money. Now, the United Way's done a good job with their money. It has grown, but they started out with a lot more money. There's a lot of things that weren't credited to the HCI committee. That HCI committee funds the library expansion every year. That's about $90,000 pop. Every year comes out of that HCI money. The Veterans Home was funded. All the work that's been done so far on getting that ready has been funded by the HCI committee. The HCI committee has given out, I don't know, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars in grants as well. We've got schools that have been funded. The Parkview land was bought by the HCI committee. If the HCI committee had not bought that land and funded that school, you wouldn't have had the park that you have there now, and this is a real important factor. That's the reason that you have a sewer line in there. That sewer line...
This is where now, John?
At Parkview, out on 64 Highway.
Okay.
But because the HCI committee bought the land and the school was then able to go on that land, you had a sewer that had to be put in. At the time, the county commission opted to not just put a sewer to the school, but to put a 13-inch sewer pipe all the way down that valley. That's what allowed the Maycorps to build their new plant and stay. So you could actually say that that plant and all of those jobs that we saved were because of the HCI committee. So there's a lot of things that are kind of getting passed over in this. And the last thing is the story did have one thing that needs to be corrected. It had a statement that local foundations, which would allow the funds to be invested in the same manner as those of the United Way, were presented proposals. The comptroller of the state of Tennessee said that was not an option. And people know that was stated by the comptroller. So it's bothersome that fact is still being put out in the press, to the press, as an option. Not an option. The comptroller said that would not happen. If the county gave that money up, that money would go to the United Way, not to any other foundation.
Right. There was something about a 2-year plan where they could put it towards the school. Or
that's what the request was to, we talked about the idea we talked about of trying to loan that money to build the school. That's what the comptroller was trying to figure out how to do. And I think he gave some concept of what he would require. But the reason that's so much stricter is they're trying to make sure that money is not ever in jeopardy for loss. Now, you don't have the return. When you're safer with your investment, you have a lower return.
Mm-hmm. All right, thank you. I know we're fixing to take a break. One thing, one more local event here. Industrial Park keeps progressing. I saw in the banner here, and I was reading some of the stuff, and it was talking about some of the old empty manufacturing buildings here. There seems to be a need, and everybody's looking at those. I know I had a friend in town a few weeks ago looking at one of them, put a company. But also, I kept reading the article, and, they keep trying to figure out how to come up with money for this school. And I'm sitting here looking in this article, and it's talking about that Spring Branch could reach more than 5,000 employees down there in direct and indirect employment, with the city and county property tax revenues topping $4 million. Now, that's for the industrial park. And then it went on to say that the retail development down there at Exit 20 could add another 2,200 jobs and create another $2 million in property taxes. That's pretty positive right there.
Well, that's what you want. You want growth to help do that.
I've said this before. For every dollar of residential tax growth, it costs the county about $1.40 in service. What? For every dollar of commercial industrial growth, it costs the county about 60 cents.
Well, I don't know what the holdup's been, but I think that project needs to move on. But so that I think there's some great revenue, and also it went talking about the Vocker taxes are coming in now, and there's quite a bit of money on that coming in.
That's already spent.
That's the problem there.
Already committed multiple times.
Well, what I'm trying to say is it has created money. I mean,
it has.
So if we can get another industrial site ready down here and get it filled up, at least it's going to generate some more income to help with these school situations. Anyway, that's all I've got to say on that. Let's take a break. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Backfire with Steve Hickson. We'll be right back after this.
You are listening to WOOP-LP, Cleveland, Tennessee. WOOP FM is a broadcasting service of the Traditional Music Resource Center, and we play America's original music.
Check into cash.
Turn your car into cash at Check Into Cash.
Get an auto title loan today for up to $2,500.
At Check Into Cash, you get the most for your car, and we make it quick, easy, and confidential.
Stop in for an auto title loan today or a payday advance for up to $425. Call toll-free 877-262-CASH.
Title loan amount determined by value of car and ability to repay. Borrowers often use payday advances over a period of months, which can be expensive. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
Did you know that U.S. Money Shops cashes all checks, even the ones most check cashers reject? Tax refund checks, government checks, payroll checks, and many more. And when you cash a check with U.S. Money Shops, we'll give you 10% off your next purchase. At U.S. Money Shops, we have everything you need at a fraction of regular retail. So stop by one of our 11 locations or visit us online at usmoneyshops.com.
Buy yourself a coin today, the better way at U.S. Money Shops.
Some restrictions may apply. See store for details.
Can It Recycling Center in Cleveland at 1700 South Lee Highway. Give them a call to find out more about all your scrap metal needs. 472-6501. You can call that number anytime for current prices. 472-6501. Can It Recycling. Every Wednesday is bonus day where you get the 100-pound price even if you only have a few pounds of scrap. Mention Whoop Radio and get the 100-pound price every day. Larry and Brenda have been providing their family-owned services for almost 30 years here in Cleveland. For all your scrap metal needs, from aluminum cans, car and truck parts, and appliances, to brass, copper, steel, iron, shred, and more, call Can It Recycling, 472-6501, or on the web at can-itrecycling.com.
If you need a little green, Lending Frog is making deals. He'll lend you cash on any kind of wheels. Borrow just a little, or you can borrow big. Lending Frog is a new financial gig. It's hip to hop into cash. LendingFrog.com is making a splash. Dig it, dig it. Dig it, dig it.
This is Teresa Gilbert from the Village Bake Shop in Cleveland, Tennessee. Do you have a birthday, wedding, or anniversary coming up and want that perfect cake? Need some donuts to sweeten up your co-workers? Want to surprise your sweet thing with a bag of cookies? Then come on over to the Village Bake Shop. Family operated since 1961, the Village Bake Shop is your first and last stop for fresh baked goods that will feed your sweet tooth. The Village Bake Shop located at the Village Green Town Center. The phone number here is 423-476-5179. See you soon.
One day I'll cross over the Jordan and find my Savior waiting there for me. He'll take me down the streets of gold. Oh Lord, I've been told He's got a pretty mansion just for me. No, you won't need a real estate agent in heaven to help you find a place to call your own. 'Cause in that sweet by and by, He'll prepare for you your own sweet home. Yes, when you're through the pearly gates and you see Him face to face, now that's when you'll be home, sweet home. No, you won't need a real estate agent in heaven, but if you need one here in Cleveland, Tennessee, give me a call. Kathy Rosenberger, 476-5532. That's Kathy Rosenberger, 476-5532. Coldwell Banker Hamilton and Associates, each office independently owned and operated.
Every morning, the sun greets you, as reliable as a train heating and cooling system. Well, almost. Because no matter the temperature outside, it's always perfect inside. And when the sun calls it a day, a train system is there to say goodnight. Heating, cooling, and beyond.
Need to perfect the temperature in your home? Call the Train Comfort Specialist at Mechanical Systems, 336-5739. High-quality service and installation for more than 30 years.
It's hard to stop a train.
Hey, what's happening, man?
You're listening to Backfire.
From the
Call
Village Green.
You're listening to Backfire with Steve Hickson on Whoop FM. Call 423-614-5553 to join in on the conversation. Now, back to Backfire.
All right, welcome back to our studio. Another edition of Backfire with Franklin Chancey, John Stanberry, and myself, Steve Doughball Hickson. Vice President Biden's coming to Chattanooga.
Well, if you're going to run against Hillary, you need to bump your profile up, and I'd say that's what that's about.
You think that Biden's about to get in the race?
I think he is.
I don't think so. But
well, what about Al Gore?
He's not.
I don't think that either.
Al's making too much money off of his global warming scam.
Hey, Al's made enough money. He might be able to do just like Trump.
He's made a lot of money off his global warming scam.
Anyway, I saw where Biden was coming to Chattanooga. When is that supposed to take place?
It's in the paper this morning, actually, I believe.
I didn't get a chance to review that. But anyway, he's coming into town, and I guess Mr. Obama was too busy. Saturday.
Well, look, I think they had to be pressured into this kind of presence, but I wouldn't criticize. The vice president is a signight representation.
Also, the Secretary of Defense is
right.
going to attend
I wouldn't
also.
criticize that.
That's pretty darn big.
All right. Well, anyway, I'm glad they're coming in to honor these fallen victims in Chattanooga. What about Hillary Clinton's emails? Let's talk about that a moment.
What about them?
Well, we now know that, for example, I'm blanking out now, her lawyer that she was getting advice from, who was specifically barred from working in the State Department by the Obama White House, he turned over emails to the committee that she had not turned over, which means she lied when she said she turned over all relevant emails.
And she couldn't hire him?
Blumenthal.
He
was specifically barred from working from the State Department by Obama's
He
people.
was not her lawyer.
He was a lawyer, longtime friend, longtime confidant.
There's a big difference between being a lawyer and being her lawyer.
Did he work for her?
No.
Well, I thought that he was part of the foundation that
he was. The problem with his emails was he was actually soliciting intelligence information around the world, and he was sending it to her. She was then forwarding it to other high-ranking administration officials. Now,
which is what we've done
but
for the life of the
you
nation.
do admit that the Obama administration, when she first went in, she suggested hiring Blumenthal in the State Department, and they specifically said he had ethical problems. They did not want him in the administration.
Okay.
Why
What's
would
your
you
point?
then? Because he effectively was in the administration.
No,
He's
he
sending her
wasn't
emails,
effectively in the
and she is
administration.
sending his advice all around the department.
The big gigantic leap you make that has no basis
Well,
in
frankly,
fact.
did he turn emails into the committee that she did not turn in?
After he
did he? Yes or no?
Possibly.
Yes, he did. New York Times. Not conservative groups. Liberal.
I understand there was nothing.
Right,
there was nothing on those emails that had any concern.
That is not true.
No, it is true.
So were they personal about his wedding or his child? No, they were business. They were State Department intelligence, actual emails.
They were not State Department intelligence.
They were to the State Department, and they were intelligence in nature.
Put on your headsets. I've got something I want to play for you.
What we now know is just within the small area of Libya and Benghazi, not her entire tenure as Secretary of State, just Libya and Benghazi, we found 15 emails that she did not produce to the Department of State, despite the fact that she claimed she produced everything. So we know that her seminal point, don't mind my unique email arrangement, you have everything you're supposed to have. We know that that is patently false.
All right. Right there. Let me ask
None
you,
of
Franklin.
which had anything significant
Franklin,
on them.
wait
I
a minute.
will
This isn't
repeat.
about significant.
What about
Answer
top
this
secret?
question. When
What
she
does
said
top secret on those
when
emails?
she said she turned everything over, was she incompetent or was she lying? Which is it? Because those are your two choices.
No, those aren't my two.
Did she say I turned everything over?
Yes.
There's 15 emails between her and Blumenthal and other State Department officials about official business that were not turned over. So how do you explain that?
Well, whether it's about official business or not is the question. The fact that Sidney Blumenthal sent her an email saying, "Hey, I heard this,"
and that she
is not
then
an official
forwarded to
email.
other officials and said, "I think this is credible."
So, did she turn over where she forwarded it?
No,
to them?
she
Yeah,
didn't.
she
no,
did.
no, she didn't.
She did.
No, she
and
didn't.
And by the way,
Franklin.
all of those emails were already available.
Well, by the way,
because
just,
she had forwarded them
just
to
so
the government.
just so you can feel
So
comfortable.
that's what this is. This is the much ado about nothing thing again.
She's just so innocent. She hadn't done anything.
I don't know about the innocent part, but I know that this is just another silly goose chase.
Really?
You guys
Well,
are.
Franklin, are you familiar with an operation called Dancing Panda?
Never heard of Dancing Panda.
Well, Dancing Panda is the name that our own government has given to the Chinese hackers who have been hacking government emails from 2010 to 2014.
John, you said something that's wrong. I know this story. This was hacking officials' personal emails.
Right.
Not the government.
Right. Guess what Hillary's emails were? All on her personal server. Congratulations. She now put all of her work at the State Department at risk because she kept it on a personal server.
They have not established at all that they got into
unsecured
that server.
Frank, I think that you're fixing to find out that some of these messages aren't going to be rated top secret.
Actually, Rubio was right. The Russians and Chinese know more about her emails than we do.
I think he was right. I think everybody knows more about her email than we do.
Then it's amazing we can't find them. Then
I know
that's amazing. All these people.
No. Wait a minute.
We can't.
Franklin,
really?
We're fixing to find them.
Okay. We're going to find them eventually.
No, we're fixing to find them. Now we get the server, they'll be found.
Okay.
Okay. What's going to happen to Hillary in the future? You think?
At this point, I believe she's going to be the Democratic nominee for president.
I think there's a serious risk to her. And look, I want her to be the nominee because I think she's an incredibly flawed candidate. But I think there's risk to her candidacy at this point. Their problem is they'll end up with someone like Bernie Sanders who's worse. Now, Biden is from a resume standpoint, a much more credible candidate certainly than Bernie Sanders. His problem will be, how do you push the war on women when you've got female Secret Service agents coming out saying he swam naked in front of me on a regular basis?
Franklin, quit looking at me like that.
It's the same look I've been given for 2.5 years. We have all these huge issues in the world, and you guys are focused on emails or talking points.
All right, let's talk about the Iran nuke deal.
Okay.
Good or bad?
Well, about 50 former generals and admirals sent a letter yesterday endorsing the deal, saying it was the best possible arrangement.
How many people endorsed invading Iraq?
Not all of those people.
Almost everybody,
no,
including Hillary Clinton and Vice President Biden.
Yeah, in the political
and John
class.
Kerry and Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
And you're regular to say what a disaster that was.
No,
so
you're
now
always,
you're going to
you're
tout
always
50
talking about,
retired
You're always
generals.
talking about listening to generals and admirals. There's a situation where they said
is the American public stupid because about 70% oppose the deal? 80+% say that Iran got the best of the deal.
Actually, it depends on how you ask the questions.
Oh, well, where we ask the question?
Where?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about that part.
Well, we one of Bernie Sanders.
There's several polls out, though, that have conflicting views on it, and then you look at them, you say, well, it depends on how you ask the question.
Well, Franklin, when the president said that the Republicans that opposed it were in league with the hardliners.
That's not a quote.
You want me to read the quote to you?
I would love for you to read the quote, John, rather than you characterizing the quote. But read the whole quote, not just the one sentence you want to take out of it.
Look, Franklin, I don't care what sentence you take out of
it. Yes, you do. And everybody else does.
Let's hear it, John. I can't wait.
Well, actually, let me see if I got it. I don't have my reading glasses. So let
John
me see.
I'll be happy to read it.
Read it to
got
us.
it there. Hand it to me.
What?
Hold on. We're trying to find it right now. While we're waiting on that, let's play something from Judge Jeannie.
Judge who?
Jeannie.
Judge Jeannie.
Yeah.
Janine.
Maybe that.
But all doubt is removed when we find out that you went the extra mile to have Uma employed by the State Department and the Clinton Foundation, as well as another Clinton-connected company. This has never been done in State Department history. So, Hillary, why go through so many hoops? The White House told you couldn't hire Sidney Blumenthal, but because you consider yourself above everyone else, you put Sidney on the Clinton Foundation payroll and emailed him about security issues at a time when he represented interests that would benefit from the fall of Gaddafi in Libya. Those emails were actually hacked by another group. So much for the secure private server argument. And to top it off, you didn't turn those emails over. We find out about them when Blumenthal hands them over pursuant to a subpoena.
There you go.
That didn't offer anything new that we hadn't already discussed.
Yeah, it's all crimes. Those are
it
actually
isn't.
perjury that she has committed at this point.
No, it isn't.
And also that she did hire Blumenthal.
Well, the problem there is
working for her foundation.
The problem is Huma Abedin, who was working for, she's Hillary's top aide. She was working for the State Department while she was also working for two other foundations which had conflicting interests. That is actually a violation of department ethics and code. And that wasn't disclosed.
Anyway, she's very guilty of a lot of stuff.
Okay.
And my point in what I can read you Obama's defense of his statement if you'd like, Franklin. But my point
Why
was,
don't you just read the statement and let it
because I
speak
don't
for
have that.
itself?
That was last week. I have. He was asked in an interview with Fareed Zakaria on CNN. He was asked if he stood by that because he had gotten a lot of blowback on it, and he said that his statements were absolutely true factually. That was his, and I can read more of it to you. He talks about Mitch McConnell. He talks about the Republicans and how the hardliners in Iraq or in Iran are actually basically on the same page as our Republicans. The problem is, what does he say about Chuck Schumer, who's now opposed to it? Is he in league with the Iranian hardliners? What does he say about the ranking House Democrat on the Foreign Services Committee who's now opposed to it? Congressman Israel, is he in league? He didn't mention that the Democrats are now growing in number that are opposing this deal. The man is a divisive man, and he can't ever seem to bring himself to find common ground, even with his own party members.
The arrangement created by your Republican senator is going to ensure the deal passes.
You're right. You know why Bob Corker had to do that arrangement?
He didn't have to do anything.
He did have to do
No, he
it.
didn't.
Here was his choice, Franklin. He could have a constitutional crisis because this president, knowing full well that this is a treaty, refused to submit it in the form of a treaty so that he could go around the two-thirds majority required to approve
Not
a treaty.
because of the number of other participants.
Well, Franklin, what else is not a treaty in our history? Was the deal that Nixon struck with the Russians a treaty? Was the deal that Reagan struck a treaty? They all submitted those as treaties. All of our previous arms deals were submitted as treaties. This president chose not to submit it as a treaty because he is a ideologue who wants what he wants, irregardless of the constitutional requirements.
John, the breadth of the statements you make are so detached from reality that you don't even know where to start talking about them. Not everything Reagan did was done in a treaty form. That's not true.
The arms, I didn't say that. I said the arms negotiations, the ICBM treaties with Russia were submitted as treaties. He could have done the same thing Obama did. He could have said, this is an agreement between our two governments. He didn't because he respected the Constitution.
Changing the subject.
By the way, let me throw one thing in. There's a bad story to good story. ISIS is now looking for more gruesome ways to murder people. There's a new video where they dig a hole, a trench, and they bury explosives in the trench. Then they make the people kneel down over the trench and detonate it and blow their mangled bodies apart while they film this. Now that's on top of throwing people off of buildings, but here's a good story. And this is the kind of story we need more of.
Story coming. Okay.
And we need more of this kind of action. The problem is it wasn't an American force that did this, but a British patrol got some tip-off from a spy, basically one of the good guys in Iraq, that ISIS was going to be doing a mass beheading in a village because these people were apostates to the caliphate that they're trying to establish. So they come up about 1,500 yards, somewhere around half a mile away from this site, and they see, and the people in the village are all out there. They're crowded, they're crying, they're screaming. There's a pile of decapitated bodies already laying on the ground. They go out, they grab a man and his young son, a man and his son. They bring them out, they tie their hands behind their back and force them down on their knees. The executioner with a big long knife begins berating them. He's slapping the man around, knocks him down. The people are obviously crying and scared. There's 2 AK-47 armed guards on either side of the executioner. The British sniper, as the executioner puts the knife to the man's throat, blows the executioner's head off from half a mile away with a 50 caliber sniper rifle. Everybody's stunned. They can't figure out what's going on. The 2 guards are actually looking around. He then shoots 2 more times, kills both of the guards. The crowd gets up, grabs the man and his son, cuts them loose, and they take off towards the Turkish border. That's how you defeat ISIS.
When did ISIS
Unfortunately,
start?
it was a British sniper.
Well, interestingly
When did
enough,
ISIS
I'm glad you
get
brought
started?
that. I'm glad you asked that question because they've just completed an international analysis of ISIS and how it operates and who's doing it. And guess what they found?
What?
Almost the entire command structure of their military forces, almost the entire thing, were Saddam Hussein loyalists who were kicked out of the country and out of the military when we took over. Instead of bringing those people into the fold, we kicked them all out, our hand-chosen successor over there, Maliki, and so they went and started this movement.
Now, wait a minute. You're right. I'm not going to argue with him. And matter of fact, as a good president will do, President Bush admitted that. He said I was
haven't
wrong.
heard him admit that.
He did. He said I was wrong. He said at the time it was the
he
insurgency.
didn't admit the link of that to ISIS.
But what he said was, here's my point, because he couldn't have admitted the link to ISIS because ISIS didn't actually form until your moron on the international level pulled all of our troops out in 2011, creating a vacuum which allowed ISIS to form.
By the way, under a withdrawal agreement that was signed by who, John? Who signed it?
It was never supposed to be Bush did, but it wasn't supposed to be a complete withdrawal, Franklin.
That's right.
Vice President Biden was in charge of negotiating the status of forces agreement.
Signed by the guy who got us into
Who negotiated the status of forces agreement?
For us to leave.
Were things better at the time? Were things better there?
Yes, absolutely. You know how many
At the
people
time he signed the agreement?
When we pulled everybody out,
In
is that when things went south?
In 2009 and 2010, 3 people were killed. 3 U.S. servicemen were killed in Iraq. Less than the people who accidentally get killed in the U.S. military. It wasn't until his re-election campaign came up that he completely pulled all of our troops out, and he put Biden in charge of a status of forces agreement negotiation, which Biden collapsed on and pulled every troop out all at once.
We didn't collapse on.
Franklin.
We said unless you agree that our troops are not going to be subject to civilian justice in Iraq, we're not staying.
Franklin, he
Which is what
pulled
we should
everybody
do in that
out as he
circumstance.
pulled everybody out as a campaign promise, and he created a vacuum, and it collapsed. Even Ron Fournier, who is a liberal at National Journal, says that he is a disaster because of this. That ISIS was created because of Obama's precipitous withdrawal of all our troops.
ISIS wasn't created in Iraq. That's an absurd statement.
That's because he bombed the crap out of Syria and then backed off on his red line issue, allowed them to
bombed the crap out of Syria.
He bombed the crap in there and created turmoil and then didn't do anything. He is an expert at creating
Y'all spent a year
vacuums.
criticizing him for not bombing.
You're missing the
Syria.
point, Franklin.
No,
the criticism for not bombing him was that he drew a red line and then didn't do it.
Did he bomb them or not bomb them?
Franklin,
make up your mind.
until
you
he-
just said both.
Franklin, listen real close. What he said was
Listen, John.
the bombing
You said
came,
both.
The bombing came after ISIS had been allowed to form. He didn't go into Syria after he said he would. He didn't go in after he drew a red line and said that if they used chemical weapons, we would go. Then once it was obvious that this was a horrible thing happening, then he went in and bombed, but the problem by that time was there wasn't anybody to bomb because they were all bad at that point. He missed every opportunity. And to be honest, this Iranian deal, that's what this Iranian deal is. He doesn't want to be the president. He doesn't want to do the job. So what the Iranian deal does is it puts it off on the next guy. It puts it off on the guy 10 years down the road. That's what it does. And that's all this is about.
It sure does. And Jeb Bush already came out and said, yep, we're going to put more troops in there. That's what he said.
Well, we shouldn't have pulled all the troops out,
Here we go again,
Franklin.
folks.
Shouldn't have pulled all the troops out.
Before.
Shouldn't have pulled all the troops out.
How did that work out?
Franklin,
It hadn't worked out well since we pulled the troops out.
It hadn't worked out well when we went into
Well,
them.
let me ask you a question, Franklin. When did we pull the troops out of Japan? Oh, that's right. They're still there.
And guess what? They still
stable
wanted us
democracy.
to be there.
Stable democracy.
Still wanted us there.
Guess what, Franklin? The British occupied India for 30 years.
How'd that work out for them?
It worked out fine. It's the largest, most stable democracy in the world.
India is the most stable democracy in the world.
As far as they go, yeah. For its size, it is.
All right, let's talk about one of your favorite events, Franklin. The Republican debate this past week. Megyn Kelly versus Donald Trump. Ding. Round one. What do you think about the questions asked?
Well, I thought from a long-term political strategy, it was a good thing for the moderators to get all these negative questions out on the front end. So that, because it's not right before an election, it's a year or so beforehand. So she gave them an opportunity to explain away things that they have said with plenty of time for those things to die down before an election. So I thought that from that standpoint, it would have helped the candidates.
What do you think about Megyn Kelly's first question?
I thought the questions were excellent. You know, I know the Trump people are upset about it, but let me give you an analogy, okay? Mm-hmm. Anybody out there that's got a daughter, and you think your daughter's eventually, hopefully, you know, going to get married, have a family of her own. Guy comes to you and he says, hey, I love your daughter. I want to ask your permission to marry your daughter. And so a normal fatherly type question, are you going to be good to her and faithful to her? No, I can't really commit to that. You know, there's a chance that I might like another woman every now and then. You going to give your daughter to that guy?
You don't like Trump, do you?
I don't think Trump is an honest, ethical man, at least in the political standpoint. Let me give you a good example.
He is so much different from anything that we've had.
This week, Frank,
I like the way he thinks. I like the way he operates.
But here, let me challenge you. You don't like the way he thinks. You like what he tells you. That's my problem with him. I like when I hear him say things, but I don't think he really means it. That's the problem.
You don't think he'll build the wall?
In 1999,
you think he'll not? Build the wall?
I don't think he'll build the wall.
You don't think he'll do
it? I doubt he will.
I guarantee you. I think he's going to do everything he says he's going to.
All right, let me ask you a question then. The last week,
you think he's a better candidate than Hillary?
I'd take him over Hillary. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not saying I won't vote for him. My problem is, he says some of the same things Ted Cruz says, Carly Fiorina says. The difference is when they say it, they actually mean it. Just this week on Planned Parenthood, he came out last week and he said it was horrible. We need to defund Planned Parenthood. Then he got to talking to some of his advisors, and then he came back and said, you know, Planned Parenthood actually does a lot of good things. I really don't think we ought to defund them. Well, where'd that come from? Last week you were going to defund them, and they were a horrible organization. All of a sudden this week, they're okay, and I'd probably keep funding them. That's a flip-flop within a matter of days, Steve. Mm-hmm. How do you explain something like that?
But maybe he's going to put a few rules in place.
Do you think, are you comfortable with Planned Parenthood with just a few rules in place?
Well, I don't know.
Most of us that are pro-life, now in 1999, he was, his words, I am absolutely, completely pro-choice. Now he is pro-life. So you got a flip-flop over a few years there, but this is a flip-flop on Planned Parenthood in 3 days.
All right, let me say this, and we've got to go. Okay.
And by the way, Carly Fiorina's stock is rising rapidly.
I like her. She's up to 7% in Iowa.
I like her.
She's now 4th or 5th in the rankings. Sharp as attack. And if you watched her at that debate with Chris Matthews, he challenged her on calling Hillary a liar. And first thing she did was she didn't put up with him. She said, I didn't call her a liar. You generalized. I said she lied on specific issues. Well, name them. Well, then she proceeded to name 3 of them. When she got done with Chris Matthews, he went, well, I can see why you won the debate.
I've got a couple of things to say. Today is the 54th anniversary of the Village Bake Shop, so I want everybody to remember that. Come by and get a tea cookie or something today and tell them congratulations.
Somebody told me it was a big day for you also. Is that true?
Well, tomorrow's my big day. I'm retiring tomorrow.
Wow. You're not retiring from Backfire, are you?
No, I want to continue to do Backfire, at least until we get another Republican in office.
Well, let's hope you live to be about 85. Then.
All right, I want to close today, and John, I appreciate you saying the things you did about Trump and so forth. But here's my opinion: if you want to change the fruits, you're going to have to change the roots. If you want to change the visible, you must first change the invisible. That's all. We'll see you next week. Bye bye.
You've been listening to Backfire with Steve Hickson, John Stanberry, and Franklin Chansey. Catch them again on Whoop FM at noon today and every Wednesday morning from 7:30 to 8:30. Now, back to more music on Whoop FM.